Hey guys, welcome back to the channel, welcome back to Azeroth, and welcome back to the Professor, the Hardcore Warlock on Stitches EU. Hope you are all doing very well. As you can probably tell by the greeting spam I've just done down there, it took me a few times to get the intro right. I'm still recovering from a bit of a cold, so my mind's still not completely there, but I'm feeling much better than I did when I recorded Alandril last night. Hope you are all doing well. I have completely redone my audio. I've realized that I've actually been running with like not very optimal settings. So I found this awesome guy on YouTube who specifically did a setup on the microphone that I have, which is the Samson Q2U. Kind of like a standard mid-range, mid-budget kind of, like starters, good podcast slash streamer mic, which I've had for a while, but I've always sort of struggled with. I think hopefully these new settings will make things a little bit sweeter. That's certainly the plan. I've also got a pop filter now on and a better windshield on it, because it was a bit rubbish, that one. So hopefully things sound a little bit better, because I'm still really sort of conscious about it. What that does mean is, in my headphones, it's quite loud. However, I've just bought, I was gonna say invested, but it was literally like £2. An inline manual audio changer. So like you plug it in between your headphones and into your computer, and you know like what you used to get them in like old like wired headphones, and it's like a little wheel. So we get, once that's done, the setup should be complete. As discussed, we are heading into Stone Talon Mountains, and we're going to kill, or can I say kill, even though it's a game, unalive some Grim Totem ruffians and mercenaries, and then head further in a bit more, I think. Oh, we've got Yossage there.
Greetings.
It was a, what is he, a rogue or a warrior? He's a warrior. Difficult to level a warrior on hardcore. I've tried it as a human, and I think I've got to level 10 each time, and I've always done. Right, Grim Totems. Let's go. Oh, they're grey. Fair enough, we'll still do it. I just wanted to give a little shout out. Sorry, I like saying hello to people.
Hello.
To Big E, Misty Mountain Gaming. I know a few of you have come over from him over the past month, and he mentions the channel again in a recent episode of his sort of like, I don't know, like an update kind of video, and he'd watched the Q&A and the Q&A questions video, and he hadn't had time to ask a question, and he'd wanted to. He's had been busy with some like dental work and stuff like that. You can go watch the video to get all that update from him. I'm not gonna put words in his mouth, but he felt bad because he wanted to ask a question, and so I said, hey, why not just ask the question now, and I'll just answer whenever. And I thought I'd do that now, and he wanted to talk about favourite books and favourite movies. One of my favourite topics of discussions, sharing and talking about favourites. I love doing that, so we'll start with books. I am a reader that has become a bit of a lapsed reader over the past few years, and I haven't read as much as I like. Luckily, and hopefully, while I'm away on my honeymoon, I'm hoping to ignite that passion again, and I've got a few books lined up. But favourite books of all time. So, I grew up quite lucky in that, as I was growing up, it's sort of in my, like, when I was 11 or below that, actually, when I was like, ooh, must have been 8 or 9. One moment. The Harry Potter books came out, and one thing I will say is that ignited my love for reading very early on. I know there's a lot of issues nowadays with J.K. Rowling and the likes. We're not going to get into that, but that was the sort of spark because, you know, it was a cool wizard school. It was about people my age, and I sort of, as the books came out, I was growing up with the books. So yeah, I started to really enjoy reading through that. But I would say the first book that really sort of, I don't know, sort of like blew my mind. I can still remember exactly where I was. It's not flattering. I was sat on the toilet, and it was reading 1984 by George Orwell. Up until then, I'd obviously read like books for kids and young adult stuff, and some of those books deal with dark themes, but eventually, you know, the good guy wins, don't they? So I remember the end. I don't want to spoil it, but for anyone who hasn't read it, but it doesn't end too well. And I remember sat there just being like, no, this is not how books work. But books end up, you know, the hero wins and all that stuff. And that kind of put me down a rabbit hole of sort of reading books that were like, I don't know, I guess more growing up in themes and stuff like that. That kind of opens my, so 1984's got a very deep place in my heart. Other Orwell books, Animal Farm as well. When I was a young uni student, I was a bit of a, I don't know, bit, you know, typical. I did sociology. I was a bit of a, you know, I don't want to start a weird political debate, but I was a bit of a lefty, you know, kind of. And I'm not going to go into my politics now. That's not what this channel's about. But obviously, that book sort of sculpted my sort of thoughts on big government and class and economics and stuff like that, and sort of the divide that exists in the world. And then, yeah, I started just inhaling books. So I found a author that I fell in love with, and I've read, I would say, a majority of his what's the word? Bibliography? Which is Haruki Murakami. Norwegian Wood. I picked it up because I went to uni in Liverpool. My parents are from Liverpool. I grew up near Liverpool, so we've obviously got a bit of a close kind of connection with the Beatles. And as I grew up, I think it's somewhere every kid from around Liverpool goes through. You know, they go through a big Beatles phase, and the Beatles have a song called Norwegian Wood. And I saw that and I thought, oh, I like that song. I wonder what the book's about. But the book's got very little to do with the Beatles at all. Or basically, it starts with the guy's on a plane and he hears the song Norwegian Wood. And at this point, he's in his 50s, but the song meant a lot to him when he was a teenager, and that's how it sort of goes into his young adulthood. And I read that at a time when I was at uni. And it is sort of a young, sort of coming of age kind of thing. He's just started university. He feels a bit isolated. He has struggles with women and things like that, and shyness and, you know, pain and stuff like that. And I was a shy boy back then, and had those kind of struggles, so I identified with that a lot. And then I went on to read a lot of his other stuff. Sputnik Sweetheart. He's as I've sort of got older, I've read sort of criticisms of him. He's one of those people that really does not write women well. Oh, we've already killed all the mercenaries. So we need ruffians. But and I haven't read him for a while. But back then, like, I used to consume his stuff. He's got one called IQ84. think I've got some here, actually. Oh, yeah, Kafka on the Shore, that's a good one. He's got a very interesting way of writing. It's what you call, like, magical realism, and often when you're reading this stuff, you feel like you're in a bit of a trance, but I really enjoy him. Grapes of Wrath. Yeah, Grapes of Wrath by Steinbeck. That was another book where when it ended, I was just blown away, just like, my God, like how it was just so different to anything I'd ever read in terms of endings. The Rum Diaries by Hunter S. Thompson as well. Read that at a time when I was just out of uni and unemployed, and I've got a very specific memory of sitting on the balcony of my flat back then that I shared with two very good friends, and it was sunny and I was reading it, and I think like a few days later, like, or it may have been that day, I got an offer of a job. So yeah, that, I mean, you know, that means a lot to me. I'm just looking at some other, what else have I got here? Yeah, there's Animal Farm. Tortilla Flat by Steinbeck. Yeah, I've got books everywhere here. What else? Oh, the Jeeves series by Woodhouse. They're a bit like English and a bit flowery, but I quite enjoy them. They're very funny. So yeah, I read sort of. I'll give anything a try. I've got loads of books that I want to read. I'm taking Mythos by Stephen Fry on holiday, which is a sort of retelling of the Greek myths. I'm taking Final Empire by Brandon Sanderson. I've always wanted to get into him. You're gonna absolutely probably kill me when I say this, but I've never read the Lord of the Rings books. I've only ever consumed like the films and stuff like that, but I've always wanted to read them. So I'm taking Fellowship. I'll probably take the whole trilogy on when I'm away, and I'll try and get through them. Because I've heard, you know, there's a lot of differences between that and the films, and I want to see like the true, you know, the true version of it. Please don't hate me for that. You know what? I might even sit down one day and get all my books together and do like a proper list, but because I'm kind of just going off the top of my head at the moment. What else? Is there any sort of other big books? Oh gosh, what's that other Steinbeck? Oh, can't remember what it's called. But yeah, I've got a bit of an eclectic taste when it comes to books, and I'm always open to recommendations. I want to read Dune. I've got that's on my pile as well. I've just got piles of books that I haven't read. It's really embarrassing. But yeah, maybe we'll do a video on books one day. What I think I'll do is we'll leave that there. I'll talk about music in a separate episode. It's nice to have something specific to talk about, actually, so I'm just going to turn the music down a little bit. Just a little bit loud in my headphones there. And we're going to go do this stuff up here. Probably on 14 minutes, yeah. We'll do that, and then that's a nice succinct episode, I think, and I don't want to stretch my voice too far at the moment. Again, guys, sorry, I did a little cut there just because flipping Louis started barking like mad at the window, and we don't want that in the video. Yeah, so I've just been trying to think of more books that I've read. It's been so long that I've really got into a book. It's really embarrassing. And now that I've actually thought about it, I've just thought, why have I not been reading as much as I could be? I am busy with work and stuff, but that's not an excuse. You know, there's probably times when I've played games where I could have read instead. Yeah, how frustrating. But yeah, that's one of the big things I'm looking forward to the honeymoon is taking some books and just sort of really getting into them. Undistracted. Yeah, and just catching up and just being able to chill and do that. That will be very enjoyable. And then maybe after that, if whichever ones I finish over the holiday, I will maybe do a little review of. Okay, arachnophobia. Is that in there? Ooh, do we do this? Or is this an elite? And should we be scared? Oh, it is an elite. There's a lot of dead spiders. Let's see if this guy needs the elite. You, man, do you need... Oh, thanks, man. What a legend. Right, here's the elite.
Unleash her.
Okay, here we go. Amazing. Thank you, folks. We hand that in up there, that's okay. Right, I'm going to leave the party and let them do that. We're on what? Oh, it's only we're on 21. It really has not gone fast at all, this. Bloody hell. Let's keep going. Maybe by the time we get to the venture code bit, we can sort of stop there as like a... There's a lot of people on today, it's good to see. Come on, Thul. We got 2 XP for that, I think it's because we didn't actually do anything other than put 1 dot on it. We need eggs from here as well. And then... Oh, we've got a hand in there actually as well. What's this? Ziz Physics, okay. Ah, yes, we were looking for this guy. We'll go speak to him, and then maybe we can start working on the rest of the stuff. Oh, hello. Oh, Thanos.
Greetings.
Right, our friend is in here. Hello.
Yo,
Yo.
keep it real. Be good.
Okay, so we need eggs. I'm guessing when we get these eggs, things are going to spill out of them. Oh, we might not even get anything every time. Okay, that's fine. We might be here for a few episodes then, if this takes a while. Oh, that's cool. Well, could you maybe... Thank you. There we go. Oh, right. So I want to get somewhere safe, actually. I don't want to... Because I think I will end it here, and we'll do this in the next episode. I just like to do things in, like, nice chunks. We should be okay up here. Guys and girls, thank you so much for watching this episode of The Professor, our hardcore warlock. I'm still recovering from a cold, so my throat isn't great. My voice is a bit croaky, so I don't want to do super long episodes at the moment. But yeah, we got a bit done there. We got an elite quest done, and we killed the Grim Totems. And we've got loads to work on here. We've still got loads in the Barrens to do. We've got, as you can see, we've got hand-ins. Objectives. We need to go back to Silverpine. Plenty to do in the future of the Professor. So thank you guys for watching. I will see you very, very soon. And I just want to say one more little thank you to everyone who's been commenting and subscribing and liking. I really appreciate it. Love you all, and I'll see you soon. Bye for now.